There was times where we were both hurting and we didn't want to deal with it anymore, so we thought about walking away from each other.
Today, Ronnie and Shamari DeVoe are here to tell us how they work on their marriage and remain couple goals.
My past doesn't define who I am today.
This is your reality check.
Everybody don't have to know every damn thing. That's all I'm saying.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Darren Karp, and my next guests are coming all the way from their couples retreat. Let's see how they're faring today. It's Ronnie and Shamari DeVoe. How you guys doing? Good to see you both.
Yes, I'm doing amazing. Come on.
I'm doing
energy.
great.
All right.
Let's go. I need
You're amping me up. Okay, I feel like this is my retreat. Well,
Right.
Shamari, I want to start with you. Walk me through why the two of you decided to join couples retreat in the first place.
So we are marriage ambassadors. We're representatives of healthy, successful marriages. So we thought, we can go on couples retreat and, teach some of these other couples a few things. So we said, you know what, we can go on there, get away and just, bring our expertise and our skills and our knowledge to the rest of the cast. But boy, oh boy, when we got there, oh my, we realized we had some deep things that we also needed to start, the healing process on as well. So who's deep?
Well, given the fact that you kind of walked into it kind of high and mighty, thinking you didn't have anything to learn and then having to learn something, Ronnie, in your opinion, were you hesitant about going on the show at all or not?
When it comes to reality TV, there's always a little bit of hesitation, right? Because they kind of put the drama on blast.
Yeah.
So when Mike gave me a call like, yo, I'm doing season 2 of this show, man, what do you think? I just want some of my, my homies and couples that I look up to be, to rock with us. So I told wifey and she's like, look, we are marriage ambassadors. Look, we keeps it real.
Yeah.
Marriage is not perfect,
right.
Number one, right? But we felt like we had something in common with them because there was this thing that they were talking about, this open relationship. And we had gone down that road in our relationship and we were coming to say, yo, Mike Rada, it's not gonna work, right? Only to find out we had some things we had to work on during the show as well.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. They really dug deep.
Yeah.
Well, that's the goal. Now that it's all over, can you both confidently say that the retreat worked?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I totally wholeheartedly believe that this retreat worked because we really did have to deal with some things that we thought we were over that happened like 10 plus years ago.
Right.
So when we went on, we were like, wow, we're still hurt behind this.
Right.
And so it really was a blessing for us actually, because we were able to rekindle that flame. We was able to get make and love again and not have the boys with us. And we
Man, I was smacking that thing. But yeah, we realized that you have to have marriage maintenance, and relationship maintenance.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that was, we came out of it with. You can't really look at each other and feel like you got it now, right? I'm over that obstacle. I'm over that hump. And not realize that that's a scar that could potentially open again if you don't keep putting that cocoa butter on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So marriage maintenance was definitely one of the things we learned that we need to keep in place.
Yes.
It's work, it's work, but there's a lot of benefits to it, obviously. Do either of you feel like being in the spotlight, being famous in your own right, being on reality and sharing your relationship in such a public way added to some of the problems within your relationship? Or do you think that that's really helped you guys?
I don't know. In the moment, it felt like it added stress onto the relationship because we had to talk about it in therapy. But if you look at it, if you look back and you see that we were able to overcome that, and I think that it actually helped us in the long run, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Just have right. What was the question again? No, on the real. But I think you were talking about just our celebrity and the fact that we have to deal with that on top of our relationship.
Oh, that's what it was.
Right.
That's correct.
went
It's
somewhere else. Woo!
Listen, Lord, we're public figures.
The transparency is very important because we're public figures, we're
Yes.
celebrities, and we can use our voice to tell the world and help.
Ooh, that's my baby right there.
To help other couples who may be going through similar things that we're going through, that we can finally just show them that, yes, we've been through this. We still going through things, but guess what? You don't give up. You keep going, and that's the only way you're going to have a successful relationship. And them loud babies in the background, that is a blessing of us staying together and overcoming challenges.
Yes.
I love this so much. I'm ready to marry you guys. I just want to be in your couple though. We're going to throuple it up after this.
Come on in. Come on.
I need to.
No, we're not going that route again.
Not going down that road again.
No.
Ronnie, before the retreat, I know you guys had a pretty, really good marriage, very confident about how you guys were a couple. But before the retreat, what did you think your biggest issue was as a couple?
Right before the retreat, of course, dealing with COVID, number one, was crazy right before the retreat. On top of that, my biggest issue as a couple before the retreat, man, sometimes we just need to get into our budget a little bit more, like just as entertainers, we can just be, we can just kind of spend, because that's just the lifestyle that we've lived, for a long time. But now that we have children, now that we have a firm foundation and we're doing so many other things, it's good to pay attention to the details on that side of things,
Shamari, would you agree with that?
I totally agree with that, but I also think that we weren't spending enough time together and focusing on really just, being with each other and being romantic and the physical touch and the acts of services and things like that. Yeah. There was a lot of things that we were neglecting. And
those
our
love
languages in our relationship because we were so consumed with COVID and what are we going to do with the boys, and the boys are just 24/7 in our face, and we're like, we don't have time to focus on each other. So we really were kind of dealing with that.
Did you feel like it was a make or break scenario, or did you think that the couples retreat kind of made it that way?
You know what? No, it was not a make or break scenario, because we knew that we have overcome the challenges that could have got us divorced in the past, and we didn't. And we knew that this was nothing compared to what we've overcome. So, I think that the whole COVID thing was like, if you made it through COVID, then y'all were meant to be together, because that was hard.
You ain't never lie, because a lot of relationships did not make it through. You had to be with each other, connected every day, all day, right? It was my wife and I and our amazing children.
And we're not used to being together every day.
Right?
We travel.
She's on the flight, I'm on the flight, right? We have that separation that allows us to love each other when we come back together. So that was challenging that time for sure. But nothing that's meant to break us apart. We just know that we got to put in the work at the end of the day.
What other couple did you get along best with on the retreat?
Oh, I love Claudia and KJ. Claudia, I don't know. She's just so fun and so real and so outspoken. And, I think that we kind of bonded initially because it was like, oh yeah, we both was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, at first. And then we just
one and done. Both of y'all.
Yeah, so that was my favorite. And also, not my favorite. Why am I saying my favorite? I also liked Rada and Michael.
Come on.
Yeah, because they also relate to us so much. Yeah. And Rada's super hilariously funny.
Yeah, no, that's what I was about to say. I think the dopest couple was Mike and Jess hilarious. Goodness gracious. Them two together was the comic relief. That's the thing.
But who did we connect with? Oh, that's what kept us young. Okay.
I'm just saying, right? Boy, the things that they went to, I know they weren't a couple, but their relationship was amazing throughout the retreat.
Were there any couples you think or you thought wouldn't make it after the retreat ended, and you're like, good thing they're not together?
Yeah, Jess and Jess and Daniel for sure. Yeah,
Jess and Daniel.
Yeah.
Just too many issues to work out, or
not enough connection. They weren't connected
wrong timing.
I don't know. It was just
something
weird
about it. There were just some things said, you know, the amount of love that it takes, especially initially where you're in the young stages of love. Like they're 9 months in. You're supposed to be all over each other, right? You're not supposed to be really having too many issues at that time.
So,
but once it was cracked open for them, it's like, huh?
Yeah. So now you realize you guys really may not need to be together. So it was good that they went through it so they can see for themselves.
Yeah.
What we saw all along.
Ronnie, what was your favorite part about the retreat?
Oh man, getting away from the kids was good for a hot second, right? Just being able to kind of look into my wife's eyes, even though we went through a lot and it was challenging. It was heavy at times on that retreat. I mean, like the weight, 800-pound gorilla weight, right, on both of our shoulders, right? But just getting that time alone with her to really focus, because they say there's an order to things, right? You know, God, your relationship with God, and then the connection with your wife, and then your children, and then it goes on to your parents and your siblings and everybody else. So it was good to really just connect with each other to make sure like we are right moving forward.
Yeah.
What about you, Shamari? Would you agree with that?
I totally agree with that. Just us finally realizing that we did need to reconnect and re-explore some things that we thought that we had put away for so long, like just coming back together. It actually just brought us even closer by us, you know, going through that and revisiting those things. So yeah, definitely reconnecting and rekindling those flames that were burning for so long. And
right. Yes, I think it's about that time to do. It's raining outside. You want to get in one more time?
No, I don't.
You remember the thing we posted earlier today?
Yeah, but I'm good. I have a slight cold.
I only got a few more questions for you guys, and then I will let you guys go be rabbits. You know what I mean? This is time. But what would you say was the hardest thing about the retreat for both of you?
Oh my God. Ooh.
Go ahead.
I think the hardest thing for me was people looking at me like, well, not really people. My husband.
Yeah.
My husband. He was.
Gotta watch and see.
Yeah.
We don't want to give him all the goodies.
My husband was really upset with me, and I was really sad and hurt by it. And that was the hardest part, just him being mad at me, like so mad at me. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what did I do? And I don't know what's happening. I'm like, why did he leave? Like, what is going on? And just that part, because I'm like, I've just felt really bad. I started beating myself up for making him mad.
Right.
You know? So that was hard.
I mean, we touched on this a little bit, but you've been on 2 reality shows at this point. Do you think being on TV has impacted your relationship for better or for worse? I mean, do you feel that you two or other couples feel that they need to put up this perfect marriage facade for the world to like believe them as a couple? Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
Nah. I think it's amazing because it's lifted our platform to be able to talk about the mission and purpose and our destiny as partners. Like we feel like we're destiny partners for a reason, right? And family is important. There's a lot of crazy, excuse my French, SHIT going on. I was gonna say it, but those boys are over there, right? In the world, yo, right? And how do we not pay attention to the number one thing? And that's family, right? If the family is right, the community is right, and it keeps on from there. So for us, that platform is amazing. We have things like the Married for Life walk that we're doing that you know, brings couples together, right? So we can have firm foundations. We talk about how serious marriage maintenance is and couples therapy, like it's important. Individual therapy is important. That's one of the things that was what we needed in our relationship at a time where it was broken, right? And because we didn't get it, it was broken, right? So it's important that we do things like this in a tasteful way. Sometimes you see the ugly because we're transparent like that. We're not going to come on the show and just, you know,
why
fake
not?
it.
Why be fake? Why put on a facade? Like, let's be real. Like, we need more real people to just show their true side, because you're actually helping people. You're helping other couples. So
absolutely.
Hey,
what has been the biggest change in your relationship since the retreat ended?
The biggest change is the boys no longer sleep in our bed.
That's a big plus, I feel like.
Yeah, that is a big plus.
Ronnie, you seem even more happy about this than maybe even Shamari, if I'm reading this correctly.
Nah, that's a good thing. Like, it's funny. We went away and their godmommy, Sarah, shouts to Sarah. She said, look, I'm going to have them sleeping in their bed by the time y'all get back. And Shamari and myself, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Boy, they were sleeping in their bed when we got back. And we just been moving that thing along. Like, it's just our village is amazing that we have wrapped around us to support us. There were some times even on the retreat where we had to call Martez and Woodrina, our marriage coach and counselor, to get through some things. Like, I mean, we didn't just go right and only talk to AJ,
and what's his name? John Sally.
Exactly. Yeah. John was like, AJ, what you got to say?
Right.
No, we want to hear what you got to say.
Right,
John.
Right.
But yeah.
I love seeing you guys together. Before I let you two go, is there anything else fans should be looking out for from either of you that we can get the heads up on?
Man, music from my amazing wife, just her using her gift. I love when she uses her gift, because that's where that's where the wealth and the riches are. And it's not even about money, but just the good feeling. Like, so I love that she's going to have some stuff coming out.
Yeah, I love that. And I love the fact that this real estate business that he has is just blowing up, and that's great. Now he's focused on that and things are looking up.
Yes.
Well, this is going to be a good year. It already is. Shamari, Ronnie, thank you both so much for your time today. I love seeing you two so in love. Now you can go be rabbits and bunnies. The interview has
and it's
concluded.
A reality check. Yes. Right here. And I know y'all went to the culture tour too. New edition in the house.
That's right. People, you can watch Shamari and Ronnie on Couples Retreat every Monday at 9/8 Central on VH1. That's it for our show today, everyone. Big thanks to all of my guests. Reality Check streams Monday through Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you're following at People so you don't miss a thing. You miss a day, you miss a lot. Trust me on that. I'm Darren Karp, and that was your Reality Check.